As you may or may not know, our director of many years, Liz Plonka, she left a couple of weeks ago. She moved on. She'd been with us for a long time, 7 years, I believe, or 8 years, and she decided, I'm going to move on, move out to L.A., be with my husband, have a little personal time. So we were sad to see her go, but we did find a great new director, Alan Carton. He's doing a terrific job, very professional. But I have to be honest with you, before we hired this guy, Alan Carton, we tested out a lot of directors. We tested many, many directors. And the way we tested them was we actually let them shoot an episode of the show. And we didn't hire these people because they didn't work out. Their style just didn't match our show. And I thought, tonight, let's come clean with people and show you some of the nights that these different people directed. Because I think this is pretty, yeah. They just, for one reason or another, they didn't work out. But I think when I show you these tapes, you'll see what went wrong. For example, one of the directors that we were thinking about hiring, we had him come in and shoot a show. This guy had spent many years putting together medical and surgical videos. That was his main experience. The guy had never worked on a television show like ours, but we thought, let's give him a shot. He could be great. I don't think it really worked out. We got a lot of mail about this. Take a look. Okay, let's see what else is in the news. Did you hear about this, folks? It's been reported that a Midwestern ice cream company has been sold out for days because Oprah Winfrey announced on her show that they make her favorite brand of ice cream. Actually, I know... It wasn't... They weren't good shows, they weren't funny, but they did find a polyp that way, so I was very happy. Now, we tried another director and this guy had a lot of experience directing shows that sort of run in the middle of the night. So I thought, oh, that's perfect. We're on really late. This guy's directed a lot of shows that are on very late. Unfortunately, most of the shows that he had experience directing were infomercials. And anyway, we said, why don't you give it a try? And I thought he brought sort of too much of that style to our late night show. Take a look.
Everyone knows Conan O'Brien, the Weisenheimer with success. As host of Late Night, Conan is watched by 3 billion people every night. How did his dreams of getting the bucks and the yucks become a reality? He turned things around with the help of Tony Robbins.
I really have to thank you, Tony, because I've listened to your tapes, and I feel it's really energized me as a talk show host. I'm doing great. Before I got your tapes, I was only doing okay.
Conan, I gotta tell you, I watched your shows back in those days, and let's be realistic, you weren't doing okay. I used to turn into the show, and I see this big, fat, 400-pound slob who's cursing, spitting on his guests, passing gas in the studio. You didn't cover your mouth when you were going to cough. I used to watch your show and think, what kind of crap is this? But now when I watch, I think, hey, night and day. Night and day, buddy. Great job.
You may already know Casey Kasem is a radio and TV writer.
That just didn't work for us. Now, one thing we thought might shake up the look of the show is if we went with a director who had worked in other media. So we tried one person out who had only directed webcasts on the internet, all right? And I thought, well, that's really cool, and let's try it out. Unfortunately, his work didn't really translate to network television. Take a look.
My next guest will retire from his job as the anchor of the NBC Nightly News. Please welcome Tom Brokaw.
Hi, Conan. It's nice to be here.
Oh, Tom, please don't retire.
Why didn't we hire that guy? This is my best Brokaw interview ever. Now, one night we thought, wouldn't it be great? We could save a lot of money if I could direct the show myself. If I could, you know, because I've got a lot of talents. I've been in the business for a while. What if I could direct the show? I figured, why not? You know, I've watched other people do it for 9 years. It can't be that hard. And to be honest, NBC let me direct it one night. I thought it turned out great. I really thought I nailed it. I thought I did an amazing job. NBC wasn't so thrilled. You be the judge. Take a look. I have to say, it's a fascinating subject. The book you've written presents some very startling statistics. Take 3.
Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt the world's weather patterns are changing right now. It's frightening.
Take 2. And how recent is your data?
Well, the book was published at the end of May, and we were using information from the World Weather Station from as late as mid-May.
Take 3. I see. Very interesting.
And in fact, if you look at the chart I brought here, you can see in just the past year, climate conditions have drastically been altered.
Take camera 1.
And you can clearly see the changing ocean currents.
That's a good show. Let's see a little more of that on late night, huh? Okay, not. Now, one director came to us with a resume full of film credits, which usually is pretty impressive. When someone's worked in film, that's an amazing thing. It was interesting, though, all of his movies were made in India. Now, if you know Indian films, or as they're sometimes called, Bollywood movies, they can be a little melodramatic. I thought it was interesting that we tried it. I don't think it really worked. Take a look.
बहुत मजा आ गया आज ओ Conan
Atede op Jena shukte ai amare program ai.
धन्यवाद शुक्रिया
इस दुनिया में जीने वाले ऐसे भी हैं जीते रूखी सूखी खाते हैं और ठंडा पानी पीते इस दुनिया में जीने वाले ऐसे भी हैं जीते रूखी सूखी खाते हैं और ठंडा पानी पीते भूखे की भूख और प्यास जैसा पानी पानी रे पानी
And finally, NBC is always trying to figure out ways that they can save money. So one night, they tried to have the show direct itself, using a pair of robotic cameras that would automatically follow the action with infrared sensors. I thought if we could do the whole thing with robots, 2 robots, that would work great. Unfortunately, I thought it was kind of a disaster, and we couldn't air the show. Take a look.
With Max Weinberg and the Max Weinberg 7. Now, here's your host, Conan
That was just wrong. I agree with you. That was horrible.